Welcome back, guys. This is the Vancouver Hustlers. I'm your host, Umar Khan.
I'm co-host Joshua Dara.
And we got 3C right over here.
Look forward, but like, yeah,
How was it for you?
Capitalism, corporate,
and
How was it for you?
or whatever. Add those specific start your own thing.
If you don't want to work for
no, not necessarily that.
Start your own thing.
But let's get straight to it, guys. Who's 3C?
3 Seed is basically we do elite skills training.
Elite skill training.
Yeah, it's basically global. It's very soon to be global. We're going to India and China and stuff.
Nice.
Cool. So yeah, we basically do skills training, but we also do leadership and wellness. So the leadership is just leadership talks.
Okay.
We also implement leadership in our workouts, and then yeah, man. So and then the wellness part is meditation, just mindfulness and like all that stuff goes into our workouts. So
That's dope.
yeah, man.
That's dope.
Cool.
So basically, the reason why we got you out here is because you're a hustler, man. We see you on the ride.
Come up, right?
You're on the come up. You're on the grind. You're on the hustle. Like, what's some feedback you give all the young listeners, all the beginners
That want to make it to like where you are or even like past, right?
Yeah. What I'm still learning as I do this is that like you gotta have patience,
Yeah.
consistency,
Yeah.
hard work, sacrifice. These are all one words, but they hold so much value, man. Like, for example, when you're talking about consistency, being consistent on reaching out to people or being consistent with workouts, being consistent with yourself and your dedication, how much time you put into the game or your craft or in business, how much time you put into your business. So consistency is key, man. And like persistence, you're going to go through some stuff. How are you going to bounce back from it, right? There's going to be people that are going to say no to you. I've had hundreds of people say no to me in Vancouver, in Toronto, in New Brunswick. People have said no to me, but that self-belief, I know that I study the game more than most people. I know that, you know, what I do is I'm very confident in it.
Right.
And once you know that, you can't lose, man.
And do you think that comes from like the more work you put in, the more belief and the more confidence, right? Because the more you know, right?
Yeah, and just like that, and also just your actions, man. Like over time now, I've had some great players get trained by me, and like they believe in my work.
Right.
So that gives me how I got started was actually one of my players from JUCO.
Okay.
He actually was the first person I ever trained. He actually went to the University of Texas after.
Yeah.
It's a high D1.
Nice.
And he was playing in the Canadian League.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me. He said, "Yo, you want to train me?
Yeah.
Want to do some ball handling with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
And then after I trained him, he's like, "Yo, man, like, cause I was talking about like not playing professional or whatever." So he's like, "Yo, just start your own thing, man."
Yeah.
He's like, "You have the skills and like you have the vision." So 2 months later, you know, Ducey popped up.
And that's where you started. That's where it kicked
I
off.
started. So that belief, man, it built over time. But he gave me that belief, man.
Right.
Bro, what do you do, man, when it's like you notice, I don't know for you, was there like gaps where it's like, yo, I've been at, let's just say 400 for so long, it's like, why am I not growing? What do I have to do to get to that next level?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you not pay attention and worry to followers because you feel like if you're just going to be real and authentic, they're just going to come. Just focus on what you're doing rather than, okay, I have this many followers and that person has that many, blah, blah, blah. Like you said, you're studying, you're doing your craft, you're putting in time, consistency, and you feel like if you just keep doing that, they will come. Just don't pay attention to numbers, they'll come and
you have to, the followers will come, but you have to put in the work in a sense too, right?
Yeah.
So say I went to a school, I did a talk, I would tell all the kids to follow my account after.
Yeah.
So it's not just that one connection I have with the kids.
Yeah.
They can reach out to me after.
Yeah.
Right? And if I go to high school or if I go to a gym or like, it's that consistency, man. It comes back to those words. I think consistency is key, man. Like for me, it's not even about the followers. It's about the impact you have with how many followers you have.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter about how many followers. You can have 100 followers, but if you're only impacting 1 out of 100, that's you've done your job, man.
Yeah. As long as you can get one.
It depends what you're valuing. If you're valuing your ego,
yeah,
then you're gonna be like, oh, I got 20K followers. Like, yeah, man, this is it.
Right.
But no, man. The reason why I do it is that I have 20,000 people who I can change in a positive way.
Right.
Who I can leave an impact. I've had DMs from kids that said, "Yo, man, you stopped me from committing suicide."
Wow.
You know what I mean? That goes beyond basketball.
Right.
And that's just like I've had like 15 of those.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Not even suicide. I'm talking like depression, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, yo, man, you've helped me through the struggles, or like, you know, you're doing like you're the only one doing this in the community, like spreading love. Like that stuff means more to me than anything.
Does it ever get to your head?
What, social media?
Yeah.
No, we talked about this before, but I feel like if you're well equipped with the tools, meditation, journaling, and you're ready to take it on, it won't. There's a Big Sean line. What does he say? He says, you show love when you feel hate, but also show love when people are showing you love. It doesn't matter if they're hating on you or if they love you. You still show love to them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real.
Sean,
That's
real,
real,
bro.
Yeah.
So for me, like, yeah, it bounces off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
cause I know why I'm doing it.
Right.
And it's greater than just basketball, man. That's what gives me the most. That's what fills my soul on fire.
Right.
Basketball's an outlet.
Yeah.
It's not everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
like your gateway to like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To helping people.
where does Josh take place in 3C?
He does a lot of the strategies, the marketing. He gives me ideas.
Right.
Yeah, he's been since day one, man. So
You know, I'm just hype, man, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm just learning too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro,
I believe everybody needs a partner
bro,
that'll
Josh
suck
has
on
such
this
a
guy.
Toronto vibe, man. Like, yo, trust, bro. You're just one of like those, like the man who always has the woods, you know. Like,
Right.
Trust, bro. The man who always has the woods, always has the whip ready, you know, just ready to chill, bro.
no, but he does like he gives me ideas. He'll pitch ideas to me and like.
Yeah, I believe in that, man. I don't think everybody can do it alone. You need somebody
You need
there
a
to
partner.
help
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You need a partner, of course.
It's crazy. When I first started, I'm gonna tell you a story about Josh. He probably doesn't. I haven't told him, but man, I was selling these bum ass shirts.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, yo, man, I need people to buy this shit. But in my mind back then, I was like, whoever buys this, when I started getting gear or whatever, when I started making gear, I'm just going to give it to them because they've supported since day one. He was one of the first people to support since day one, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, he bought my first shirt. There's a couple others, you know, like all my close friends and stuff, but like, it shows you, man. Like, yeah, it's definitely like loyalty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanted to go back to how you're saying your awakening from when you were injured, bro.
Ooh, that's good.
Because
Yeah, yeah.
like
That's
people
good.
need that, yo.
Like your calling, I
Like,
guess.
what was your calling? Like,
Do you feel like everybody hits a wall? Like that was your wall. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you hit your wall and like, okay, this is it. This is how my life's gonna be now. I'm gonna make sure every single day I'm alive, I'm gonna chase that.
Yeah. It's weird because I've always felt this weird thing. Ever since I got injured, I always felt like I have a calling on the
Right.
planet, but not everybody has this feeling. It felt like I was born to do this. It's like God's, God's calling or whatever, higher power. Like, it's weird, man. It's just like this push. Everything has happened for a reason in my life where it's like pushed me towards better things. At the time though, I didn't think that. At the time when I got injured in Toronto or like when I got injured in California and like all these things are happening in my life, I'm like, yo, like why is this happening? Like, but now if I look back, I'm like, holy man, like if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for New Brunswick, I wouldn't be in 20 Rock. You know what I mean?
So all these experiences shape who you are.
But I
and
can't
who
even
you
tell
be.
you like what this feeling is inside. It's like something is guiding me, man.
Right.
bro, you ever
That's real.
think of this? Just me thinking of asking the question is scary, but what would your life be if you never started playing ball?
I ask myself that all the time, man.
Yeah.
Because I didn't grow up around the best people, you know?
Yeah.
I grew up around some like, especially in elementary and stuff, man. Like I was hanging around with older crowds, so it wasn't the best of like people I was hanging around with. Like, but basketball kind of saved me, man. Like when I was young, I didn't like. That's why I didn't get into like drinking and stuff. I never drank in my life, man, and stuff like that. Still,
Wow.
but it kept me so focused, man. You even know in high school, man. Like I didn't even go to my own what do you call it, prom? I was in the gym, man, getting up shots
Straight.
in
Yeah.
grade 12. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was that serious.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah. I know that feeling, man. Trust me. I do.
yeah, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was so focused on it. Like, everybody has a different thing, though. Like, for me, it was basketball, and now, but basketball's not my life, man. I don't think ball is life.
No.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
But it was an
basketball-
outlet for you,
yeah,
right?
even now it's before it was an outlet. I thought ball was life, but now it's like it's an outlet for me to
Do better things.
Yeah, do leaderships and like give back to these little kids and like. But yeah, without basketball, I couldn't tell you, man.
Right.
I don't have an answer for that.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah,
Alright, but back to the kids, bro. What's the importance of giving back and helping kids for you specifically, and you, Josh? Take turns. What's the importance of it?
man, for me, it's like the greatest thing is that when you do things for other people and you don't want anything in return, that's the biggest reward. I said this like a couple of days ago. I said like when I'm on my deathbed, I don't care about anything I accumulated. I learned this over time though. Like I don't care about the car I got or even the books I read. To be honest with you, I don't care about any of that. I don't care about anything on the external. But what lights my soul on fire is like, giving back, or like going to Tent City, which is in Wally, and just not even giving anything, just giving my time. Sometimes I'll go there and just sit with them. I'm not sit with them, I'll talk to them. I want to hear their stories. I was just there last weekend. Crazy story, man. So this guy, I was like, yo, how you doing, man? He's like, yo, I'm amazing. He had a smile on his face. I was like, yo, like, like that shook me and said, like, I know people that have millions, they're not millions, but I know people that have money, driving nice cars, and I ask them how they're doing. They're like, shit, man, I'm okay, bro. Like, I gotta pay a bill. Like, but this guy has nothing. Yeah. He doesn't even have a house to live in. He's like, he's smiling. He's like, yo, I'm good.
Was he high?
No.
No, but I know what you mean. That feeling where you just, like, you love life.
It's energy. That's just one experience. I had so many of those,
it's
man.
Gratitude,
like,
yeah.
It's that gratitude. Like one time, like we were walking and some guy's like, yo, look at that sunset. But a regular person's so busy in the world, they don't look at a sunset.
Right.
But that's what I started appreciating more, learning from these people. And like I don't give without wanting anything in return.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that brings up a key point. People think when you showcase this stuff, that is ego. Why are you putting it out into the world? Because if you're doing good, why do you have to tell people? But why does the media never really show good? It's very rare.
It always shows bad, right?
Yeah, and like, why is social media as a form of, we can see twerking and we can see people getting beat up, and like we can see all this stuff, and we can see girls half naked, but it's weird if a person posts something positive. That just shows you where we're at as a society, man.
Right.
And that's what I do. I post my stuff because I want to show kids you can do good.
So you want to start the difference that you want to see in the world.
Yeah, man. I don't get why people say that. Like, show you're doing good so kids can be like, yep, this guy's doing good.
I want to do good now.
Yeah,
right?
man. It's not about like, yo, man, oh yeah, I see like nice girl model on the Instagram. Oh yeah, I want to be like. That's what they're looking up to.
Right.
They're not looking at people that are doing good in their community.
Right.
True.
It's
100%.
twisted.
So
That's the truth. Yeah.
And the people that say that is bad to go on Instagram and expose gratitude or like expose you giving back, that shows them stuck in the system.
Because they're not even doing it themselves, right?
No, because they might be, but they're like, they're stuck in the system to think like, oh yeah, like they're doing it for the ego.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Let's just say.
That was deep.
Okay, yeah, that was really
That
deep.
was deep.
But just to add on to that, right? Let's just say you got to mix it up sometimes, right? You got to like, okay, you're showing people, but you got to make sure you're doing enough on the side where it's like you didn't just do it to flash the camera, right? Because sincerity always comes in the way, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's going, wow, you're such a nice guy, right? For you, you're very spiritually grounded, right? But for someone like me, I feel like that might get to my head. Say, whoa, I am a good guy.
Right. What would you say then if you're in his shoes? Would you say, so
what I'm saying is, what you gotta do is, yes, you do have stuff publicated, but then you also have that extra behind the scenes that nobody knows about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, you just gotta know why you're doing it, right?
Straight.
If you're doing it for the ego and like it's different, right? Like, before I started 3Cs, we had a non-profit for like 4 years, right? Like no one knew about us. Still don't know about us really, but we did it out of the love, right? We still do it because of that.
And that's the thing, right? Like you wake up because you're passionate for this, right? This is your full-time thing right now?
Yeah, I'm going to school a little bit, but
you do training and 3C, yeah.
No, I was going to say add on to that, like in that book paragraph, you mentioned it's not ego if you're aware of it.
Yeah.
Like, if you know what you're doing, like if you're aware of like what you're doing, it's not ego at all. So
right, you're just trying to start a change, right? Like a cycle of other people want to look up to you, so they want to do it themselves, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. What I was gonna say, it also comes down to when you just said if you know what you're doing, it's not ego, right? It comes down to like your self belief. If you know you're doing it for the good, right? And you're broadcasting it too, just so you know that hey, I'm hoping someone's gonna see this and do good. It doesn't matter fuck what anyone else thinks,
right?
Exactly.
Right. That's what it really comes down to.
Right. So you guys don't listen to that chatter.
Yes.
You guys are in your own head.
So that's the thing, bro.
Course.
Once you're true to yourself, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks anymore.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, talk us a little bit about your non-profit that you guys do. Like, obviously, I know you don't want to go too much into depth, like what we were just talking about, but if you want to give a little bit of what you do.
Yeah, man, we do a lot of work in the community. We used to do a lot more in Vancouver. Now we're trying to do more in Surrey, at like the Tent City. I don't know if you guys know where that is in Wally.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get more kids involved, man. Like, it's basically bringing up leaders, young leaders. So like, we'll get kids at these events handing out stuff, handing out clothes, food, And we also go to schools. We're starting a mentorship program for young kids
Okay.
at schools, after school programs, stuff like that, man. Try to build up these young leaders at a young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our main thing with it. And then,
So they start the cycle again, where they want to do it for everybody else, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
be the change.
which is cool, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. And how did the idea come apart? Was it just like going back to like your calling? And,
Yeah,
like,
when I
what
had
you-
my spiritual awakening, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to call it that, but like when I started realizing life's bigger than me,
Yeah.
I remember I was journaling one time and I was like, yo, man, like I journaled the name down, like live to empower, and like I journaled like 20 names, and like, I asked my brother, I'm like, yo, we should start something like very small. And I remember our first event was like 3 people.
Yeah. Wow.
It was like east side. Now we have like 40, 45 people.
Wow.
So it's grown, you know.
Yeah, and just getting everybody you can to help
It's
out.
only, so people just come out. It's kind of cool now, man, because like it's just like it's set up now that it might last forever, even when we're dead.
Because they're starting that community.
Because people have joined now that are committed, and if we die,
Yeah.
They're gonna
live
keep
to
it going.
empower won't be like it's sustainable. You know what I mean?
Right. That's
We
awesome.
have other passionate people where it's like when we die, like other people would carry on now,
Yeah.
which is cool, man.
That's really cool, man. Holy
It's
crap. You're
crazy.
starting something.
Yeah.
And you're only 24. You guys are only 24. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
You guys are 19, man.
Yeah. No, but even like to think about something like that, that's crazy.
No, but that's the thing that motivates us, right? You guys are still young, man. 24
Yeah.
years old,
Yeah.
nothing, bro, right?
Yeah.
We're 18, we're pretty close to you, but just to see that, hey, these guys are just 4 or 5 years ahead of us, right?
Yeah.
And they're at this level. We gotta now. It's like the pressure's on, man. You got 4 years to, you know.
Right.
We gotta, you know, if not get your level, but even exceed,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
The pressure's on.
Exactly.
Yo, he did his thing in 3C for like one and a half years. So
Yeah, man. It's just this takes
Wow.
work, man.
grind, man.
Yeah. Wow. And you still feel like you're nowhere where you want to be.
Uh,
Like you're there, but you still have so much more to
if
accomplish.
I died today,
Yeah.
I would be happy.
Because
I've
how
helped
far
so
you
many
come.
people, man.
Right.
But the end goal is obviously to train like the best in the world. But like, if I die today, man, I'm not worried about. I've done enough. Where like I've given back to the world. You know.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I want to give back to millions of people. But I'm cool. You know. I'm at peace.
Yeah. With yourself.
Yeah,
And
man.
that comes. Do you think that comes with like meditation too, and like
Comes
your
with
your
meditation,
mind
just
and like
knowing that-
priming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you like, you know what life's really about, right? Like.
Right.
Then you can get to that stage.
100%. And what do you think? So go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, what do you think? Because we can feel that sense and that energy from you guys. You guys are really spiritual, and you feel that, and like you're at peace. How do you? What's the struggle to get like your? Because we're talking about like circle, like your parents or like your brother, your sister, or like your close friends. How do you get them? Obviously, not
That's
to
a good
like,
topic.
yeah, like not to like quit their jobs and start something what they believe in. Obviously, because that's not practical. But to have that same kind of like energy, because obviously they feed and they feel your vibe. But how do you go about, especially when that's like your parents, when they don't always like believe in what you're doing, or this, or like your best friend or your brother and sister, right? Because it's just you, right? How do you go about that? And do you try to push it? Do you just keep it the way it is? Like, what are your strategies?
I just feel like you can't push anybody on anything. Right?
No, of course.
And like, especially like with me, like I believe that your life is your life. It's not your parents' life, right? Like
Yeah.
they're gonna die. Like your parents are probably, they're old, right? They're not gonna live your life for you.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's like, are you willing to? That's probably the hardest sacrifice in our life is that we gotta sacrifice.
Pretty
we gotta
much like living
sacrifice-
for them,
Like
right?
Living for
channeling,
them, for
channeling
us.
them out, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So like at the end of the day, like that's probably the hardest thing to do. But you gotta know what you want. Like you gotta chase it.
Yeah.
And once your parents start seeing a little bit of your
Results and action.
like, oh man, like he's doing good.
Yeah.
Doing what he loves. That's fine. Like he's comfortable.
Right.
They'll start believing just a little bit.
Right. And it just takes more time and action
Yeah.
and results,
But I
right?
don't think you can change people. Even with me, I don't try to change people as much. Just
No.
put this message out there, and like people will latch on. Like
Right. If they mess with it, they mess with it. If they don't.
yeah, like some people it takes longer to realize it, and some people it's like, oh, I don't agree with this. Fine though.
Right. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Okay, but Josh, I wanted to ask you a question. What do you see yourself doing, man?
That's good. Yeah, that's interesting.
What I see myself doing?
Yeah. Like right now, like you're helping out your boy, but is it gonna be like, like it's my time to like do my own thing or open my own thing or start my own thing, or like for you personally?
See, the thing about that is like I don't really know. I don't really like looking too much into the future.
I like that because like you're learning off this guy and you're feeding off him, and it's helping you become like a better leader, right?
Yeah, I'm just really exactly. I'm just really open up to
Everything.
right now, I just know I'm on that path.
Yeah.
The destination may change, but I'm still moving forward, right?
Right.
100%.
I don't really look behind me. I don't really look into too much into the past, and I don't really look too much into the future, because
That's good.
when I try to get to where I want to go,
Yeah.
and I can't make it to that destination, I'm gonna feel let down. It's gonna be even worse, right?
You're just
So-
enjoying the now.
Exactly,
I
man.
like
Just
that.
enjoying the now, being completely present, have an idea where I want to get to,
Yeah.
but just keep it at that.
Right.
Don't make it. Don't turn it into reality, because it's not.
Right. Yeah.
It's not in a reality. It's not reality.
I like
man.
that.
It's-
That's
it-
crazy.
I
I,
like
feel like
that.
that kind of relates to Josh.
Yeah.
Josh is kind of in the middle, but for me, man, I'm like a planner, man.
Yeah. Oh no.
I like
I got game
to
plans
know
too, right?
everything. Like, yo, I'm gonna do this. This
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
come to that. Domino effect, basically, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, but do I understand? Yeah.
But
Like just
yeah,
enjoying the now,
I
right?
got plan Bs, but yeah, it's good to do both, because I got plan Bs, but at the same time, I got like plan A's, plan Bs. I got stuff to fall back on.
Right.
I got destinations I would love to go, and I got plans, right? But at the same time, you just gotta be real with yourself, right? Be a realist. Stuff can. It's Murphy's law. Stuff won't always like be true. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like at the same time, I'm just like, be present, enjoy right now, man. I'm cooling right now, and who knows what the future's gonna happen? Who knows what opportunity's gonna arise, right?
100%.
You don't know that, right? You don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Exactly.
That's what's gonna pop up, right?
Right.
So just keep moving in that direction.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're not going backwards, you're following that path. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm on right now. So
I like that.
exactly, yeah, man. I don't really like in terms of what I want to do in the future. What he's doing is right now is really.
But this
cool.
is gonna help you
like
guide
impacting
that.
People,
Yeah.
impacting people and just helping out. Honestly, to be real, I always I love helping out people because it makes me feel good, man.
100%. I like that.
Completely selfish.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not selfish.
No,
It's
you're
like
selfless.
Giving back. You're
Yeah.
selfless,
But
Yeah.
like that's the reward, bro. For some
Yeah.
people, they like helping people because they get money, right?
Right.
yeah.
Like there's always gonna be a
Or
reward.
an image,
like
or
our
something.
image. So take it
Yeah.
in. Like why do we wake out of bed in the morning? Because we want to,
Yeah.
right? You have to want to. If there's no benefit out of it, why are you gonna get up?
Exactly.
Kind of thing, right? So
Exactly.
it's not selfish.
Yeah.
You know, if you said I was doing it just so but you know what? That's the thing about like being selfish is so like subjective, right?
Yeah.
What does selfish really mean,
Yeah.
right?
It could be good because at the same time
Keep
That's
it
what
good
keeps you
and
going.
like what your perspective is, so what you want to get out of life. So some people just want it for money,
Yeah.
but you're not going to get money if that's what you're chasing.
let's see
Right.
let's say I'm being selfish because I need to take time to work on myself,
Right.
work on my craft.
Right.
That
Not
too.
being selfish, but
But-
that's in a good way.
Okay, but now I have a question for all of us. Okay, like, is it selfish if someone said the only reason I want to help people and deliver a service is for money? Is that selfish?
Depends what they want the money for. You know what I mean?
That's
It's just
just-
simple.
That's a good angle
Yeah.
to look at it.
No,
Damn.
Yeah.
if it's like everyone we all need money, man.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I
of
would
course.
love to be rich, but
Of course.
you know what I mean? If I need I need money, but if I want that money to give back, if I want that money to
Yeah.
experience things that I could never experience.
To live the life that you can afford, right?
Live the life that you
want.
want. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I was asked a question it's like instead of asking people what do you want to do in the future, how do you want to live in the future? That's a real question.
Wow. Right?
How do you
Yeah.
want to live? And
Yeah.
that's so important. Like, do you want to make that $100,000 a year and barely see your family, barely see your friends, don't have time, or do you want to live comfortably, or not live comfortably, but do you want to spend significant amounts of time with your loved ones, traveling the world, doing cool things, what I mean,
Stuff
giving
you love.
back, what I mean,
Yeah.
having enough money to start stuff, man, start different type of organizations, things like that. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. 100%.
So, that's how I think of that.
And then you said Plan B too. I know a lot of people believe in Plan Bs, but a lot of people also say, not a lot, but a lot of people say it's kind of like a distraction of your Plan A. Like if you have it in the back of your mind, that what if this doesn't work out? Don't worry, it's fine. I have a Plan B or whatever. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
You know what? Depending on who you ask, it is a bad thing. Like, I don't know, you read the book Think and Grow Rich, right? It kept talking about that. I think in the beginning few chapters, it was saying a story about the Spartans, right? Or it was some nation they're going for war, right, onto an island. So they took a boat, and when the captain got off the boat, everyone's off the boat, he burned the boat down. And he's like, the only way we're getting off this island is if we win and survive. right? So
So
basically,
it's like the mindset. That's what I'm trying to say.
The boat was a plan B, right?
Right.
Is it if we lose, we're gonna run back to the boat, go back home, right?
Right.
But now that there's no plan B, it's either you die or you win trying, kind of thing, right?
Right.
So that's why sometimes I feel like the plan B is always a handicap, right? And plan B for everyone is usually school. It's like, yeah, I want to do this, but just in case it doesn't work out, I have this to fall back on, right?
Right.
Which once you have something to fall back on, like you have a wall to rest on,
You start getting that in your head a
you're
little
not
bit.
you're not 100% anymore.
Because you have that thought, and that dictates everything. Like what you guys talking about with your mindset. Once you have that plan B thought, like what he said, then you're like, okay, 90.
It's a cushion,
Instead of 100% on your full goal, you're like 89-11.
It's
right?
like the second
Or
you
like
start
90-10.
struggling, and say, man, I'm going back to my work.
Right.
It's like,
Exactly.
yeah, the business not working. I'm going back to the job.
Right.
But
What do you?
it just goes back to passion.
Right. Exactly.
Passion.
That's what it comes down
exactly.
to.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, those are just like.
It's like your morals, your values. Like, what do you value?
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
pretty
he
much.
he can speak more about passion more than me because like
Yeah.
he's actually living it. He's doing it, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I think you're living it too, though, because you guys are together. You guys are on this journey together,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's not just him; it's both of you guys.
Right.
I think it's because it's like obviously you're the one going on stage and you're talking and stuff, but he's there, he's living it with you. Kind of like Eric Thomas. Nobody sees all his guys around him, right? Like all his homies that are there, but they're all living it with him. He's just the one that's talking on stage.
Yeah, and
that's
that's the dope part, right?
Right.
For example, right, we watch ET, we watch Gary and all these guys, right?
Right.
We're watching these guys only the stuff that they let us see,
Right.
right?
You
But
don't
it's
see
the
what's
guys
behind the scenes.
surrounding that see
Right. It's
what
him,
else
it's
builds
that
up Gary.
photographer, right? It's everybody.
So that's
Yeah.
next level, man.
Exactly.
That's next level.
Mm-hmm.
But bringing it back to basketball, man. Since you're the basketball guy, right? Tell us the hustle on the court.
Like what it takes.
Like what it takes, bro. Like going from like a C- basketball player to becoming like the top dog. Have you seen that in your career? Like in your training, like you have some guys like shit. I'm talking about like garbage, or not garbage, but like a street baller basically. But he has no coordination, and then him turning into like a grade A player.
And do you have to have talent too, or is it just all hard work, or is it a mix of both?
It depends what level you want to play at, right?
Yeah.
It's like, the NBA you need both.
Of course.
To be honest with you, there's no romanticizing that. You need to be athletic, because the game's changed now, right?
Yeah.
Like you see Russell Westbrook's,
course.
they're popping up everywhere now.
Yeah.
And like, if a kid is not that athletic, you gotta tell him straight up that the chances you're going to the league are like very rare, man.
Yeah.
So you might want to do something else.
Right. And what do you think about pro?
There's a lot of opportunities pro, but that becomes how passionate they are, because there's a lot of pro gigs overseas where you're making like $1,200 a month, and you're nothing.
No.
Yeah.
But it depends what you want to do, right?
Right.
And then that just depends on the person, I guess. But like, turning players, it takes a lot of it's fundamentals. You gotta teach them the right way of doing certain things.
Right.
A lot of coaches now are teaching like two ball and stuff like this.
All these like fancy stuff that you see Steph Curry doing and stuff.
But like at the end of the day, it comes down to the basics, right? We see less players like fundamentals, like footwork and like knowing what to do off like certain aspects like screen and roll and stuff like that. Knowing plays, knowing all 5 positions, stuff like that matters more, I think, than just the skill development is. It's important, but knowing the game.
Knowing the game.
It is joining your own thing.